What if our home, Earth, is slowly turning into a giant oven and we are the ones cranking up the heat? Sounds alarming, doesn't it? Imagine a world where the average temperature is constantly on the rise. A world where the mercury is no longer just a summer's worry, but a year-round concern. This is not a dystopian novel's plot or a far-fetched fantasy. It's our current reality. Our planet's temperature has been climbing steadily for over a century now, and it's not showing signs of slowing down. Ice caps, the Earth's natural air conditioners, are melting at an unprecedented rate. These vast expanses of frozen water, once solid and unyielding, are now giving way to a relentless, warming tide. The Arctic is literally shrinking, and with it we're losing an integral part of our world's climate system. And then there's the weather. It's getting more extreme, more unpredictable. Heat waves scorch our cities, while storms ravage our coasts. Floods inundate our towns, and droughts parch our farmlands. Our seasons are out of sync, our ecosystems are in disarray, and our lives are increasingly at the mercy of these extreme weather events. But it's not just us humans who are feeling the heat. The world's biodiversity is also under threat. Species are being pushed to their limits, struggling to adapt to rapidly changing climates and habitats. Some are migrating, others are mutating, but many are simply disappearing. This loss of biodiversity is not only a tragedy in its own right, but it also threatens the delicate balance of life on Earth. The consequences of global warming are far-reaching and devastating. It's not just about hotter summers or colder winters. It's about our health, our safety, our food security, and our future. It's about the survival of countless species and the well-being of our planet as a whole. Now, you might be wondering, how did we end up here? In truth, the answer lies closer to home than you might think. We've all played a part in this worldwide drama, and it's time to understand the role we've been performing. Let's start with industrialization, the engine that powers our modern world. It's been a boon, allowing us to build cities, manufacture goods, and create technologies that were once mere dreams. But this progress has come with a hefty price tag. Factories belch out smoke, power plants spew out carbon dioxide, and vehicles pump out exhaust, all contributing to a thickening blanket of greenhouse gases enveloping our planet. This blanket traps heat, causing the world's thermostat to inch upwards, a phenomenon we know as global warming. Next on the list is deforestation. Forests are the lungs of our planet, breathing in carbon dioxide and exhaling oxygen. But we've been steadily choking these lungs, cutting down trees for timber to clear land for agriculture or to make way for urban expansion. When these trees are felled, they release the carbon they've stored during their lifetime back into the atmosphere, further thickening the greenhouse blanket. Finally, let's look at overconsumption. Our insatiable appetite for goods and services drives industries to produce more, leading to an increase in the burning of fossil fuels. Moreover, the waste generated from this consumption often ends up in landfills, where it decomposes and releases methane, another potent greenhouse gas. These activities are like adding fuel to the fire, causing the Earth's temperature to rise at an alarming rate. This rise in temperature is melting ice caps, causing sea levels to rise, and disrupting weather patterns. It's a vicious cycle, one that we've set in motion. But it's not all doom and gloom. While we've lit this fire, we also hold the power to extinguish it. The question is, will we choose to act? Will we make the necessary changes to our lifestyles, our consumption patterns, and our relationship with nature? So we've lit the fire, but can we put it out? Absolutely, and the power to do so is in our hands. We're not helpless bystanders in this unfolding drama of global warming. We are the protagonists. Each of us holds a piece of the solution in our daily lives, in the choices we make, and in the actions we take. Let's start at the grassroots, the individual level. Consider renewable energy. It's not a futuristic dream, it's a present-day reality. By opting for solar panels on our rooftops or wind turbines in our backyards, we can personally contribute to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. We're not just consumers of energy, we can become producers too. Next, we have the power of sustainable farming. By supporting local farmers who practice organic farming and regenerative agriculture, we're voting with our wallets for a healthier planet. We're saying no to harmful pesticides, to monocultures, to the practices that strip our soil of its richness. We're saying yes to biodiversity, to nurtured soil, to the kind of farming that works with nature instead of against it. But it's not just about what we consume. It's also about how much we consume. Responsible consumption means being mindful of our needs versus our wants, reducing our waste, and reusing and recycling wherever possible. It's about understanding that our planet's resources are finite and treating them with the respect they deserve. Of course, while individual actions are crucial, they're not enough on their own. We need policy changes that prioritize the environment, and for that we need international cooperation. Climate change doesn't respect borders. Our response to it shouldn't either. It's time for countries to come together, to share resources and knowledge, to work towards a common goal, a sustainable, livable planet for all. The power is in our hands. We can choose to continue on the path of destruction, or we can choose to forge a new path, one that leads to a more sustainable and equitable world. The choice is ours. Will we fan the flames or fight the fire? Now, the question isn't what's going on, but what are we going to do about it? We've seen the reality of global warming, understood our role in it, and acknowledged that the power to change lies with us. But how can we wield this power effectively? It starts right at home. Reducing waste, recycling more, and composting our biodegradable trash can make a substantial difference. It's not just about cutting down, it's also about growing, planting trees, nurturing gardens, and cultivating green spaces. We can also make conscious choices about where we spend our money. Supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability and respect for the environment sends a loud and clear message about what we as consumers value. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up to a big impact. Remember, the Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need the Earth. So let's make it a place worth living for us and for generations to come.